Hey guys, tonight I'm going to be doing a quad nano build using a 26 gauge Canthal. For this build you're going to need a pair of needle nose pliers. I always like to have two sets of screwdrivers on hand. I don't know why, I just do. Two different sizes. You're going to need some scissors, you're going to need some clippers, and you're going to need what you're going to coil around. For me, I've got this, it's just a piece of a big fat sewing needle here. I say big fat sewing needle, I guess for a sewing needle it's big, but it's actually really small. Let's see, it's smaller than a 1/16. It's got a little gap in there. I know it's really hard to see, but it's definitely smaller than a 1/16. So, but I like to use this guy, and we're gonna do a 12 wrap, and it's going to look like this when we're done. So, let's get started here. So I'm gonna cut me off 3 more. Since I've already got one, I only need 3 more pieces of this 26 gauge Canthal. I, for whatever reason, use Vapor wire. It's not the best in the world, but it's just what's more closely available to me. I got a little shop like a quarter mile down the street here. And this wire, it totally unwrapped, became super duper tangled, so it's, I had to do some finagling here, if you can see that. While I'm doing this, I'm going to talk to you about what I'm going to be doing my build on, and it's my new absolute favorite RDA. It's the CLT2 made by Infinite. It's got a 4-post on it, 2 positive, 2 negative, and with the block in the middle, like the what is it, Plumeville? I think you can see it right here in the foreground. It's got top and bottom fins on it. 3 sets. I think Rip Trippers did a review on this too, and I think his review was pretty good. The holes for the wire to go through on the post they're pretty doggone big. It's got an extra large mouth on the for the drip tip. Unfortunately, you can't sub it with any other, and it's not interchangeable with the smaller sizes. But that bad boy is big. It also has the Cyclops here, and then on this piece you got 2 holes and then the Cyclops on each side. And then it also has 2 permanent holes on the actual base piece on the other side. They come up through the looks like they go straight through the side post there. Cool. So I'm in love with this thing. Alright, I've got my 3 pieces cut here. I'm going to grab my needle, and I'm going to start wrapping. We got 3 more to do after this. So what I do with this needle, man, is I'll take it and I'll thread it through a little bit. It just makes it easier. It's kind of hard to hold because it's so small. It's actually really hard to hold because it's so small. It's turning in my finger, so I'm going to use my pliers here to grab a hold of it. 12. I'm just going to push that in a little bit. I've got some tweezers over here too I can help that out with. There we go. That's a fine looking coil right there. And then I can just push this little bad boy back through. I don't want to push it too hard or I'm going to get a finger prick. Whoop. So guys, I started this little group on Facebook from my local folks that are in here in Nashville. It's the oh man, okay, cool. It's the Music City Vape Society. It's all inclusive, 100% all inclusive. Everything from your gas station bought e-cigs to your advanced mods, discussions, reviews, video tutorials. It's just a community trying to help out other people. Find out the best and the worst out there when it comes to this community. So I'll go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That coil isn't quite as good as the last, but I can fix that. There we go. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. We just got it kicked up, a couple hours ago, I guess. Me and a couple of friends of mine, a couple of real life friends, not Facebook friends, just kind of, we both just so happened to share an interest in vaping, and we were talking about it, and there's the only Nashville related group seemed to have grown stagnant, and I joined the group on Facebook, and no one really wanted to talk to me, so and I'm not really into the whole buy-seller trade. That's the only other one we seem to have around here. So as far as Facebook groups, if I'm buying it, I'm probably going to keep it. Yeah, it's sentimental value. I buy them because I like them and I want them, and I hope you do too. So we're on our last coil here. Man, that went fast. Okay. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I'm not exactly sure what I've never done this build before, and I'm honestly not too sure how I'm going to put one more on there. I think that's 11. I'm not sure how many ohms this is going to pull. Really, your guess is as good as mine at this point. We'll know here in probably about 5 minutes or so. But right now, I'm completely in the dark. So I'm really anxious to see. Man, this one coming out. It holds really well. It's just really hard to get out. But yeah, though, this this particular RDA here, man, I absolutely love it. You know, I stuck beside this my tugboat for a long time. I love the tugboat. I love the simplicity of it, and it just works really, really well. It's just a really good design. But the CLT2, I never did try the version 1, but I can only assume it's really just as good. I know it's taken a lot of different, some of the best points of other RDAs out there, and putting them together to make one. But isn't that what it's all about? Trying to constantly improve. If we're not improving, we're not going anywhere. We might as well be going backwards. So we need to improve. I'm going to take a hit right now. So we've got our four coils here. I know you can't see them, but they're laying right in front of me. And I'm going to start feeding them through. I guess I'm just going to go... I'm not going to try to jump around or do anything fast. I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And try to keep it as simple as possible. This is my Stingray. I love my Stingray. I just did another build on it earlier using the magma, and man, those two put together are fantastic. But it was a very light build, flavor-based build. Definitely not a smoke-based or a vape-based. So I'm just gonna go, and you gotta be real careful with this with this CLT here. The where's it at? I can't remember what this is called right now, but this is it sits daggum near flush up against the post when it's put on, and if your coils aren't just right, it's gonna rub and it's just gonna drive you crazy. I learned that earlier with another build I did on it, and that's why I decided to go with a nano build. See if I can reduce some of that friction, make a little room in this thing. The post holes in this are pretty large too. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. I think they're I don't know, on here I believe they're the... I got a little guide here, man. It's really cool. It helps me out real, if I'm just in a hurry trying to figure something out. But it looks like it's 5/64. I've got a little bend in there. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Pull that on through here, and I'm going to pull this. Can't have it too close because I got to get down in that well here. Man, I'm kind of wondering if this is going to work out or not. I may have to go with this dual. This is what building's all about. Finding the problem and solving it. And it's looking like, if you look and see here, I may have to pull them over and try to stack them. I wonder if I can do that, man. This build may have just changed right before your eyes here. I'm going to try something different here. So I'm going to leave a lot of excess. I'm going to leave a lot. So I'm going to try to pull these over, center them up. And these two are going to go on the bottom. The two on the other side, I'm going to leave a little less excess. And I'm going to stack them bad boys right on top of these. So, not quite evened out here. I'm real OCD about that. Because I've got them bent out. Just want to spring back in. It's about to get interesting here, ladies and gentlemen. Just want to make sure I have enough room to make it to the bottom. Or enough slack in this. I'm sorry. There we go. That looks pretty good right there. So I'm going to tighten these down. Let's get these tight. Hopefully it won't move around on me too much. Once I get these tight, I'm going to go on and trim. Get them to where I want them. If they're not going to make it where I want them, I'm just going to have to scrap this build right here. And I'll show you guys how to do a really quick dual nano build. I'm sure you've seen it before. You've probably done it more than once. But if I'm taping it, I might as well make something of it. Alright, there we go. These two are in. Bend them out a little bit so I can see them. Let's clip them. Let's see. There we go. Alright. I've got a lot of, you can tell, I've got a whole lot of slack here. I'm sorry, I probably wasn't framing that whole part that I was just doing. Well, I am now. I'm gonna help you out a little bit more. Here we go. I'm trying to do all this in one take for editing purposes. It's pretty late. I gotta get up and go to work tomorrow, so there. Okay. I'd like to get it all done tonight. Let's take this, get these tweezers, and we'll fix this right here. Fix up these little gaps in here once I get it on the machine. Get that straight there. And I'm just going to drop that all the way down to the bottom here. Man, that looks crazy. I might have to call this one the swing set. That's what it reminds me of. Let's see if we can push this and pull it down. Yeah, that's much better. That is much better. I don't want to go too far down with it right now. Let's get this one. Let's see, I don't think I have a drill bit that small. Nope, too big. Alright. was worth a shot. I need a syringe. Unfortunately, the only one I have is being used right now. So, a dripping syringe. We're not shooting up in here. We don't party like that. At least not all the time. I'm being a little quiet, trying to be a little quiet here, because I've got a 6-month-old child, 6-month-old son. He's in bed. I'm not sure what time it is, but I think it's around 11:30, 12 o'clock at night right now on a Sunday. I think my wife's up watching TV right now. Alright, I've got an idea for this build here now. Let's go and stick this along with it. I'm going to trim this down a little bit. There we go. Let's see if we can get this camera. I've got a really crowded table right now. There we go. So we're just going to repeat that. What we do, we're just going to feed it through. And come around to the other side. Looks like I've got some screw that needs to come up a little bit. I feel it hitting. There we go. Oh man, that slides through fabulously. I'm pretty good with that right there too. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm afraid that lead on these two on the bottom are gonna be so long that it's gonna kill any resistance that I've got. But what do I know? I could be totally wrong. I don't know a lot. I just build what I think it look cool and work well. And I'm wrong sometimes and I'm right sometimes. Sometimes I just don't care. So let's snip this guy. Make sure not to get this other one in here. I got one that fell on the bottom here. That sucks. I'm going to be able to get a good cut on that. So far I can tell you this isn't going to be the prettiest build, but I'm curious. Let's see what's going to happen now. Alright, so now we've got all four in there nice and tight. That's good, good, good and good. Now let me pull these over, center these up a little bit, and they should sit close to on top. Of what I've already got there. Screw it. Look at that. Still got juice in it too. But if it works, it works. Is that right? Well, ladies and gents, it's not too bad looking, I don't think. I kinda think it looks a little cool, actually. It's definitely different. Kind of looks like an X-wing fighter. Look at that. Alright. So let's take care of these top coils here. These bottom coils, one last little pinch. Make sure they're nice and tight. I hope that didn't wake my kid up. I dropped my pliers. See, I'm just getting these good and straight. Pull that one out a little. There we go. I want to make sure these aren't hanging over. I'm going to have to push this one in a little more. That's the one really negative thing I found out about this atomizer here. It's just such a tight fit. Inside, then I'm kind of curious of why they put all four of these posts on here. They should have made it a little bit wider. I mean, even about 2 millimeters would have been a world of difference. Make sure these aren't touching here. I don't see anything touching. We're looking good. Alright, so I done got juice all over me. I got a rag here though. I got a rag. Alright, let's clean my box up. There we go. Alright, now for the moment of truth. What's this bad boy gonna read? Wow. There you go. You see it yourself. 0.25. That's pretty good, man. Quad coil. Quad nano coil, for that matter. With some really long leads on them. Now, I'm going to turn you off here for a minute so I can figure out how to wick this thing, and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back here. I just want to show you this real quick before I try to start wicking it. I've worked and worked and worked. Tried to come up with the best look and best way of doing this that I can think of. And this seems to be it right here, man. This is, I think it looks really cool. I'm still sitting at 0.25. Something tells me that I'm going to get it down to about a 1.6 after it's all over with. I just need to get these coils heated up a little bit and a little more pliable, and I'll be able to tighten them up a little bit more. So it seems like it'll, knock down to 0.16 pretty easy. I mean, I'm looking at 1.9 right there. That one's doing really good. Let's see. What was that? 1.5, 1.5, 1.6. So I think all that put together, knock one or two off per coil. Once they get heated up and a little more pliable, yeah, we'll be able to work with them pretty well. So, well, good deal. I'm going to figure out how to wick this thing, and I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. I think I figured out how to wick this, and it's probably not the best way, but it's about the only way that I could figure out how to. So, I went on and did one side just to see how it would work. I'm definitely not pulling it out. I've got this other side here to do, so I'll show you how I did it, and we'll go from there. So as you can see, it's pretty wrapped around, and it should work pretty well. So, without further ado, let me pack this down here real quick, and we'll get rocking and rolling on it, because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten yet. It's about 1 in the morning. So first, we're going to grab these coils here. I made this little boat looking device out of a paper clip. It's really handy to make nano coils on, and do whatever else with. You can figure out how to do with. So we're going to get these lined up and centered. We're pretty close. I'm going to grab my tweezers here. See if I can get this bottom one a little bit better. Trying to get them good and even here. Alright, there we go. So what we're going to do first, I'm just going to take this piece of, it's a strip of just natural Japanese cotton. And I'm going to slide it down. I'm going to slide it down between, or behind, the coils here. If you can see, that's a better picture. Slide it back behind the coils. So, I'm going to turn on the light. Maybe that helps a little bit too. I get a glare behind me from that light, so I normally keep it on. I just keep on the desk lamp. But you'll see behind here, this makes an X, and it's not necessarily the easiest thing to do to get it back behind there. So you just kind of got to force it. Alright, so that's that. And then you come up, and on top of this bottom coil. So don't go completely behind it yet. So you're threading that through like so. it's really hard to see. See, that's your bottom coil here somewhere. There's your bottom coil. Then you got your top coil. Then you're going to pull this. Just be real careful because you're going to want to pull coils and the whole deal. Just got to feed it little by little. There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. Alright. Now you're going to tuck this. Then you're going to go under the bottom coil. You're going to go under and behind the bottom coil here and come back up. And this is where a good small set of tweezers comes in really, really handy. Let's see. It's really hard to do this and focus on the camera at the same time. There's no easy way for me to let you see what I'm doing either. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. I'm losing cotton here. There, that looks pretty decent there. But what you want to do, and you'll see it once you start doing it, is it'll cover up one side where the hole in the coil is. And I want to try to keep that open for airflow purposes, because you're going to pack this thing with cotton. Alright, there we go. You got a little, and you may just have to bore you out a hole. Obviously, it's not going to hurt if the cotton's on the inside of the coil. It's not going to hurt at all. Probably help, actually. There we go. Let's see, got the bottom coil over here. And then we're going to take this and we're going to fold this back over on top. We're going to pack it up under. Just pack it in there. I realize this is a lot of cotton in a pretty small area, but we're probably going to need to saturate it pretty well in order to get it in all the areas we need it in. Yeah, I know I'm doing awful at the camera right now. I'm probably going to have to redo this build and refilm it. There we go. Looks like you got two eyes looking at you on each side. Kind of looks like an owl. So, alright. So we're reading a 0.25 earlier. This has bumped us up to 0.28. Let's see if we can find our coils to just make sure we can get as most out of it as we possibly can. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with 0.28 after all this. There we go, we're back down to 0.25. Everything's looking good. I'm going to throw it up onto this dude. It's got a pretty fresh battery in it. Hadn't used it very much. Soak it down. Let's see what happens. This is not what I intended on when I first started this build. This is going to be a simple quad coil nano build with 12 wraps, and I guess I could have reduced the amount of wraps, but I really didn't want to. I kind of liked the way it was going until it turned into, I think I've been doing this for about 2 hours now. I've still got another video to edit after this, and I gotta leave for work at 6 a.m. in 5 hours. Yippee-ki-yay. I really like talking to the camera though. It's kind of like therapy. I got some Alright, now we'll pull this. And pull that back a little bit now that's been wet. Good there. Let's see if we can find this bottom coil that's done got covered up. Alright, there it is. There it is. I'm kind of afraid that it's sitting so high that I may get some splashback in my mouth here. There we go, the bumblebee. Or butterfly. Let's call it a butterfly. Sounds nicer. Boom. Just like that. Got some battery rattle here. Take care of that. There we go. Ooh, that's pretty good. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay. I know I should have fired this. Make sure my coils are firing all at the same time, but I didn't. See me. Alright, let's rejuice this guy here. Okay. I think I'm going to go wide open on it. Alright, here we go. Oh wow, yeah, that tasted really good. Lots of flavor, a whole lot of flavor. Got really dizzy on it though. Got really dizzy. Wow. Yeah, I think being tired. So, cool. Wow. Keep on vaping.